Are you living with intention? Do you have rules for how your ideal day, your ideal week would go? You know, something that I love to teach has to do with the ideal week and time blocking template. So in today's video, I'm just going to talk about the 6 rules that I have when creating my ideal week. I just revisited it, so I'm going to teach you that up next. Yeah, so recently, probably about at least twice a year, for sure every year, but normally not every quarter, but twice a year, I'll just revisit my ideal week. I love to teach time blocking, working in batches, and just making sure you get the most out of your day, right? And because I know if you don't have intention with where you're going, I think Yogi Berra said something like, if you don't know where you're going, you might just end up there, right? And that's the point, is like you need to have a North Star. Where are you headed? So I've just been feeling a little more frustrated and not getting as much done as usual and wound up, and I want to feel light and easy and have fun at work, build energy, build momentum, etc. So I had to revisit the ideal week. I ripped it down, built it back up, and I created 6 new rules. So I want to share those right now with you. And I hope they offer value for you. Now, I completely understand, listen, I run my own business. I create my own schedule. My context might not look at like yours. But what I want you to steal from what I'm teaching here is, how can you establish rules for you to live your best life, to have the most impact, to create the most value within whatever you do professionally? So here's my 6 rules. Number 1, I want to start off every day with 2 to 5 hours of creative work, deep work time, right? Here's the thing, when it comes to my biggest objectives, okay, I want to have blocks of time where I could really dig in deep and move the needle, move things forward in terms of projects. So that might have to do with a book that I'm working on, right? Or it might have to do with developing the internal coach team at Better Leaders, Better Schools. So it could look a lot of different ways, but I know, at least knowing myself, so this is a pro tip, I'm most effective in the mornings when it comes to creativity. So that's all I'm gonna say about rule 1, 2 to 4 or 5 hours of creative work in the morning. Goes to number 2, I don't want to check email. I don't want to get on social media early. Now, there's a couple reasons. 1, I get mad looking at politics or how people are, viewing the pandemic and putting others at risk. That really makes me upset. And so I don't want to get into that tailspin of what's going on. Plus, the map is not, the territory, and social media is just a glimpse of a few people's perspectives, and it doesn't mean that it's happening everywhere. And sometimes we get that confused. Secondly, when it comes to email and social media too at times, those are other people's priorities for your work. So if I get up, I asked this in the mastermind the other day, I won't reveal who, but there's a lot of leaders, they wake up and they said they check their email, social media in bed. Some said within the first 2 minutes while they're in the restroom, that kind of thing. I'm not judging you, right? But what I know is that that's going to get you off your game. Mentally, you're not going to be in the space you want to be in to have a powerful, productive day. So that's rule number 2. No social media, no email until 11 a.m., earliest, noon, even better. Moving on. Number 3, since my creative times are better in the morning, all the meetings, all the administrative sort of work, that goes into the afternoon when I don't have to be my most creative, okay? And so unless I'm working with a UK client, since I'm based in the US right now, this stuff is all going to be in the afternoon. So that's all I'm going to say about number 3. Moving on to number 4, take plenty of breaks. So breaks to refuel, right? To eat, to replenish our energy, to hydrate, drink plenty of water, tea breaks, taking walks with this one, Alba. That helps me, just disconnect, decompress, unplug from the matrix, and so that I get rejuvenated, replenished, re-energized, so I could serve leaders and serve them powerfully. So that's all I'll say there. Number 5, end of the day journal. I'll probably do a video on it later in terms of the journal questions I ask, but I just, from a high level, I reflect on the day, what I've learned, how I want to do things differently, and I establish my big 3 priorities for the next day. And we'll end this with working out. So, it's important to move your body And so I try to finish every day with a workout, and that's just something, you know, I get the energy out and that kind of thing, and that really serves me well. So those were my 6 rules for time blocking for creating an ideal week. Maybe I'll do a video teaching how I approach creating an ideal week a little bit more in depth later. And so thanks for watching. So this is me, Danny, from Better Leaders, Better Schools. This is Alba, my lovely Australian Labradoodle here. And please, if you haven't yet already, subscribe to this YouTube channel and leave a comment below. Just share what would be one of your rules. You don't need to have 6, you don't need 10, you don't need 5, 3, whatever, but what would work for you, okay? When you're building your ideal week, what would be your #1 rule? All right, see you, and go make a ruckus.